Have you ever felt like every business venture you start is doomed from the get go? You pour your heart, soul, and savings into your dreams, only to watch them unravel faster than a cheap sweater. Sales are stagnant, customer complaints are mounting, and you can't seem to make the headway against the competition. It's as if you're cursed to repeat the same mistakes, constantly battling unforeseen problems and hidden pitfalls. And just when you think you've got it all figured out, a new challenge pops up, leaving you more confused than ever. Is it the market, your strategy, or maybe it's just bad luck? At this point, you might be wondering if you're cut out for this entrepreneurial life. You're stuck in a maze of confusion, trying to find a way out, but not even sure where to start. But what if the problem isn't you, but the approach you're taking? By refining your business strategy and focusing more on understanding your customers' deep needs and learning from each setback, you can begin to turn the tide of constant failure into a wave of future successes. It's about embracing the learning curve, not running from it. Let's explore how you can transform your repeated failures into a blueprint for success, step by step. Step 1. Identifying the problems and issues. You're excited about your business. You've put in long hours, invested your money, and envisioned a bright future. But then reality hits like a hammer, and suddenly your dreams are crumbling like a cookie dunked too long into a glass of milk. The product isn't selling, customers aren't returning, and you're hemorrhaging cash. Does this sound familiar? Your business plan feels bulletproof on paper, but fizzles out in execution. Maybe you thought the problem was just about the marketing strategy, only to realize that operations were slipping too. Or perhaps it's a supply chain issue that's leaving your inventory drier than a desert. All of these elements come together to create a cycle of repeated frustration and disappointment, leading you to wonder, why am I always failing? Is it even worth trying again if it seems like failure is just around the corner every time? What if you're simply not cut out for entrepreneurship? The issue often lies in a mismatch between your business plan and the real world execution. Review each failure to identify specific flaws in your strategy or operations, adjust accordingly, and prepare to pivot quickly to meet the actual demands of the market. Step 2. The emotional roller coaster. It's not just about the business losses, it's about the toll it takes on your mental health. The uncertainty of waiting for another sale or wondering if customers will ever return keeps you up at night. You're not just worried about the bills, but also the expectations of your family and friends who believe in you. It's like you're living in a pressure cooker, and no amount of motivational quotes or TED Talks can ease your mind. Friends say, it's just a phase, or failure is part of the journey, but you know deep down that these words feel hollow when you're trying to keep the business afloat. Do those success stories apply to you, or are they just outliers in the sea of struggle? What is their magic formula? Emotional resilience is key. It's crucial to managing stress and maintaining mental health. Seek support from other entrepreneurs, consider professional advice, and focus on small wins to build confidence and reduce anxiety. Step 3. A closer look at the real challenges. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty that you've probably heard people say, it's about the market, or it's about the customer. But understanding these aspects is easier said than done. It's more than throwing market jargon around or reading the latest business book. Your customer isn't a robot that can be programmed to buy your product at the push of a button. They're discerning, unpredictable, and overwhelmed with choices. You realize that perhaps the issue is your approach. Is it possible that you're trying to scale too quickly without understanding your unique selling proposition? Or maybe you're caught up in the fantasy of entrepreneurship, not seeing the successful business had to overcome their initial struggles through testing, failing, and learning. What if your competition just has deeper pockets, better connections, and a head start? Refocus on the market and customer needs. Conduct thorough market research to understand your audience better and tailor your products to their preferences and demands. Avoid scaling too fast without solid groundwork. Step 4. Building your solution. After facing these harsh truths and feeling the confusion, what's the solution? Let's face it, you're not going to fix everything overnight. Start by niching down. Aim for a small, well defined segment of customers that would most benefit from your product. Deeply understand their needs, behaviors, and values. Next, simplify your business model. Focus on what's necessary and prune away the non essentials that dilute your brand's core message. Invest in genuine relationships, both internally with your team and externally with your customers. Look for partnerships that can boost credibility and trust, whether with influencers, local businesses, or niche networks. Can you really do it without sacrificing quality? Or is it a zero sum game where someone has to lose? Step 5. Learning and moving forward. Failures happen to the best of us, but instead of viewing them as final verdicts, see them as lessons. Reevaluate what hasn't worked before and create small, incremental changes that you can monitor. Split test your marketing campaigns, measure the impact of small operational shifts, and analyze your financials with ruthless precision. Learn from your competitors, but don't blindly copy them. Keep experimenting until you refine a system that's lean, repeatable, and adaptable. By being humble enough to learn and strong enough to pivot, you'll find that failure is no longer a barrier, but a stepping stone. If you found this video helpful, then like, share, and subscribe to get more videos.